She's Mrs. Chicago to boot from Tribune Tower. Garrard McClendon Live welcomes Mrs. Danielle Cortez-DeVito. How are you this evening?
I'm wonderful. Thank you very much.
Danielle, I thought I was busy. What haven't you done? Your career as a paramedic. We're going to talk about everything else. How do you do all of this stuff?
It is quite a lot, but I have a lot of support from my family, and they help me a lot, and that is really what's key.
Yeah, let's talk about your career as a paramedic. Why did you choose that particular field?
You know what? I was about 18 years old, and I decided I wanted to be a paramedic. I thought it would be fun, and I could actually help people, and so I did that for about 15 or 16 years, and I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to start giving back to people before they called 911, so I realized that that was my passion.
You know what? Which leads us right into the Power to End Stroke campaign. Why such a passion for stroke victims?
Well, you know what was happening is when I was working for the Chicago Fire Department, in certain areas I was actually seeing African Americans having strokes at just alarming numbers, and I really wanted to reach out to that community and do something, and the American Heart Association came up with a program called the Power to End Stroke. So they had put it all together, and then that way I was able to go out to my communities. I was able to speak to African Americans about the prevention of stroke, because it is the number 3 killer of African Americans.
Yeah, and strokes are just devastating. I've seen the toll that they've taken on family members myself. You know, let's shift gears. Visionary with Guts. The book tour starts soon. What's the book about, and who's joining you on tour, Danielle?
Sure. Visionary with Guts is my first book, and it's an inspirational book to give people something to look forward to in this time, but then also be able to have 3 keys, and I call the art of healthy leadership. So being able to know what your purpose is, stand on that, making sure that you're prepared for whatever comes your way, and then also being able to produce the results that you want.
Yeah. You know, how do you get to be Mrs. Chicago? My producer and my intern earlier today, we were looking at the pictures of you online at DanielleSpeaks.com. How do you become Mrs. Chicago? Smart, energetic, beautiful? What's the criteria?
Well, it's actually not so much a beauty pageant, but that did help. But what it is it is a community of women, and I was chosen because of the community efforts that I've done. So a lot of the work that I've done with the American Heart Association, a lot of CPR training that I've done with the community, with my own business. So I've given back to the community, and I was chosen because of the work that I do within the community. And it really, the pageant really celebrates the accomplishments of married women. And I represent Chicago, Mrs. Chicago 2010.
Yes, yes. You're also on the AT&T calendar, 28 days of inspiration. Quickly explain that. You got about 10 seconds.
Sure. It was with AT&T, 28 Days of Inspiration. I'm February 19th. You go there, you put in your goals, and you come out with awesome results at the end of the 28 days.
Danielle Cortez-DeVito. Can I send my viewers to DanielleSpeaks.com?
Absolutely. I look forward to seeing them and hearing from them on Facebook as well.
Mrs. Chicago, Danielle Cortez-DeVito. Thanks for being on Garrard McClendon Live.
Thank you.
All right, take care now. Thanks to my guests tonight, Forrest Jalick, Barnett Fagel, and Mrs. Chicago, Danielle Cortez-DeVito. Remember that life can take its best shot at you, but you always have to remember to stay positive, keep your head up, and always be encouraged.